Excited to welcome our sponsor spotlight today, UCBOS. Please welcome the Senior Vice President of Technology at UCBOS, Subhra Roy. Welcome, Mr. Roy.
Hi, good morning. I first want to start with a very big thank you to the first keynote speaker and the panelists for setting the stage up right for what I wanted to present. So everything that was told before, right, is what I really want to now demonstrate to you that it's already available, where all the governance, the right place and right usage of AI, solving a critical business problem with high volume data with the latest technologies is what I am going to talk about. So a little bit about me. I have got around 30 years of experience in building large-scale applications from banking domains. I have been a part of the architecture group of Trenitalia project. Pretty large-scale applications is what I come around. I have lastly built the private cloud for Visa. So that's what the background I come from. So we talked about AI. Now, what did we learn? We are trying to do AI there are a lot of memes out there, right, where we talk about every CTO is asking for AI, but they don't know what they want to do with it. But actually, they have been trying. But if we see the real results, right, where do we stand? Only 78% has done some bit of real AI usage for helping their business. Not talking about helping the developers to probably deliver a day faster, but rather real data that made the business better. And we have failed very badly at it, right? Only 20% was able to do forward-looking predictions. The overall noise has caused real delays, and there are business impacts for these delays of insights. And that's the reality today. With all the advancement of Gen AI and everything, this is what we have. Now, let's see, we want to do AI today, okay? What does a business need? Let's say they have the data. Then, how many different systems needs to be interconnected? Through all of this interconnection spaghetti, what ultimately comes out is a very unreliable insight. Now, we have the architectures, ETL pipelines, how many applications coming together. It's a nightmare for the integrations. And you know what? Most and often, they change their APIs without telling, and we break. So it's like juggling a cartwheel of things, trying to keep them on top of it and not falling off, right? Now, think about the end user. He wants an insight. What does he have to do now? Nothing. He can't do anything as an end user. He goes and talks to their IT team, and they create a big project out of it. What they are doing? The data engineers come in, the data scientists come in, the ML engineers come in, the back-end developers, the dev and IT ops, everybody chime in together, each having their own agenda. And I am a technologist, I know more often we put technology as first than the business requirements. So what we deliver is a technology-driven requirement, not the function-driven requirements. So there is no way, really, for the functional person to really understand what we deliver is really useful. What predictions we are doing or things we are doing, is that really valid? There is no way for them, and they have to blindly trust the technology organization for it. And obviously, we we have conflicts between the teams. We have technology connectivity problems, real world problems that stops this from really happening. Now, new advanced robots, IoT devices, AR, VR, drones, RPA, AI agents, bring all of that into the mix. Now, where we are connecting 10 different systems, I am connecting 20,000 agents. These are still connectivity, right? So the chances, the number of failure points increases. The overhead of maintenance increases. And it's really, really high cost to maintain these kind of things. And the entire Chinese whisper that happens throughout the way. We have a very clear, or business usually gives us a very, very clear directions of what they really need. And then it's interpreted multiple times, hand-holding from one team to another. And getting into, ask for a house, you get a shop kind of output. That's what happens. Now, the entire ML pipelines, the entire data crunching, over there, the kind of misses, the actual data that is there, with the DevOps people maintaining it, failures, all those sustainability, ensuring that we are ethical in the AI, right? Understanding that for a business is very difficult. If it was a clinical trial system, how easy is your IP to get lost in this whole mix without you really being understanding, because AI has learnt a bit from your idea and has suggested somebody else the similar things. All of these boundaries today are not well controlled, not well governed, right? So it adds a lot of complexity for us to really, really get something what we need. Now, again, if you really look at the cost, they come in silos, separate department budgets, separate team budgets, time, delays, mistakes, recycles, failures. When you add all of that, today, having a business insight based on AI is very, very costly affair. And I think all our predecessor panelists also mentioned the same thing, right? The cost, the complexity, the things that we have to do, real knowledge of how these tools are to be used, right, is keeping it running. And recently we know how AWS, Azure, Cloudflare have all been treating us, right, going down and ensuring that we cannot maintain. So it's a pretty costly affair. So what do we propose? This other thing is the tug of war between the technologist and the functional people. So instead of functions driving the technology, what we have today is the technology driving the requirements. Because the number of people out there are more who are implementing your solutions, and probably you are only one who is asking for it. And then the cost, budget cuts, all of this, it becomes very difficult for a person to request and get exactly what he wanted. So the real gap is beyond technology, beyond knowledge, beyond the actual cost. It's a overwhelming gap between what the requirement is and what finally gets delivered. Now, Karolium is a platform which is a unified low-code, no-code platform infused with AI. It stands to replace everything at an enterprise-grade scale, enterprise-level security, enterprise-level performance. It's not a prototyping tool. It's a tool with which ERPs can be built. Real insights can be made. And the fun part is, with a little training, the actual end users are able to do it themselves. So if we have built an application, maybe using a third party to enable you to go faster, and you need a slight change, you can do it yourself. The configurations done by our tenants belong to them. The data belong to them. It's not somebody else's, it's yours. You have full control of modification, taking it forward, along with enterprise-grade change management. You are not modifying the production. You are modifying in a sandbox, taking it through a proper change management process to a UAT, getting it automatically tested to the production, entire pipeline. The full enterprise-grade capability available for this. Now, we all understand, right? Gen AI is building a lot of stuff. And it was very clear. I mean, it makes some fancy UIs. But think about, I want to process a part of my application in parallel mode, and then at least if 80% of the parallel process is done, I want to summarize and give a result. Or maybe I want to utilize CQRS architecture. Or maybe a Hadoop-based MapReduce. Today's AI is not there where it can really build this level of stuff for us. Now, our real value proposition is AI-enabled businesses without the tug of war, without the Chinese whisper. We enable the end user to have real business insights in real-time prediction, not on the past data, in real time. So we are a iPaaS, integration platform as a service, application development platform as a service, orchestration platform as a service, and AI platform and modeling platform as a service, where without having to have any MLOps or too deep knowledge of data science, you can come and build your own insights, your predictions, your detections, your target. We have pre-built model for businesses. We have automatically given you all the different variations. We automatically identify the different variables, things that your data scientists do, right? It's already available for us. There are a lot of different enables in our platform. We have a proper company, business unit, authentication, data hierarchy, wherein depending upon your roles, privilege, hierarchy, business unit, what you have access to is already determined. The screens, the capabilities, the data, all is governed from that. We have a very big or powerful workflow automation capability. We have task schedulers, advanced analytics, something we called XAI or explainable AI, which gives you a full analysis of your data. Just point the data, we will tell you all the different matrices, heuristics, regressions, and other things on that, and you can choose what matches you. So what I want to show quickly is a real-life problem. Think about a plant manager wants to have an asset health. There are some boilers, and there are IoT sensors sending data in milliseconds, let's say temperature and pressure. And in the person's mind, he has an anomaly range, maybe temperature 60 to 70, and a boiler pressure of around something else is what is going to make them really an anomaly. And then maybe if there are repeated anomaly, it is supposed to go for maintenance or a possible predict it that this might fail. And this something that it has to learn, right? Now, doing entirety of that without the help of all of this is possible in our platform. So what we do create some data structures, which is again a metadata driven for us. It's a very highly customized live change possible. You can define your own APIs, mapping and translations from your API to your master data model. So there was one question where we talked about having a proper canonical model of your data, right? So we enforce you to have a canonical model, and everything gets mapped to the same model, so you have end-to-end data visibility. You have translators where you can merge data, mix data. Then we have workflows. We expose an endpoint. We build widgets for the data visualization. Then we prepare data in the system. We can upload some sample data of the same structure through Excel, maybe hand done, or maybe point to a historical data and ask the system to understand and learn from it. We treat the data to identify what are the data is important for us, and then we train the model. All within this system, no deployments, no ops, no different teams. So what I will show you quickly is a video of how this can be done in the platform. It will quickly take you through certain screens to show how that is done. So first, it's going to show you how the schema is being generated, how the different data particles, data items, and all the different things that are possible over here. We went for certain standards, which is audits and other things automatically to the system. This is a mapping between two data structures. We allow AI-driven mapping between the two data structures. Think about what your API gives versus to your canonical model, right? This mapping will and transformations will happen automatically. So now we upload an Excel. From that Excel, getting back to a XML structure or your canonical model. That is the translations being showing here. This was done because we fed in Excel data for making the model learn. So we have the full BPMN capabilities in our workflow. So depending upon what you really want to do, it can be done. So this particular workflow will take in data in 5 milliseconds from each sensor, group it via 1 second, and then create an understanding of whether it is an anomaly or not, feed it to the model, model identifies an anomaly. So this is our entire workbench for the AI. This is the data, and once the data is available, we can automatically generate you the entire data report. Talking about what different variables are there, what are their means, what are their missing values, and it will allow you to really guide you to go through what kind of data you have got, what kind of curation you need to do on it. So this is the failure prediction model, where we are trying to identify what's to be failed when it is identified as well. This is based on historical failure data. It is learning that if there is a particular repeated failure kinds, then there is a high probability of failure of that. And this is all live, and as you work on it, you get the real-time feedback of how your entire model and thing is working. Now, to do this, these are the different enablers that were used for us. Widgets, dashboards, workflow, advanced analytics. Before I go there, can we switch? Is it possible? It's working? No? Okay. So I wanted to have this is live, consuming all of this sensor data. We had the dashboards, which I will have a video of it. I knew Murphy is going to strike me somewhere. So I had a video ready for that as well. So basically, Karolium is an overarching platform. It allows you to take it through end-to-end, multiple versions, multi-tenant, and your application can be multi-tenant itself. So you can resell what you build on Karolium. And in general, in reference to enterprise-grade low-code, no-code platforms, we are in general 10 times faster in our turnaround times. With all the accelerator, AI enables, AI copilots, and other auto corrections and other things that we have. So it's before that, let me see if this works. This is working? No? No. This video is also not working. Come to the booth. I will definitely show you this running, where you can see the real-time data coming in milliseconds, as well as we are being able to real-time predict, going through more than 21,000 anomaly detections in a second to really predict what can happen in the future in real time. So come to the booth. We are going to show that to you. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that. A few more seconds left only. So if there are any question, I can take it here or we can take it on the booth. Please come visit us. I can assure you all the problems you have been talking about, all of them are solved. All of them are solved. Thank you.